Today we are learning how to find the area of a circle. Please copy down the standard benchmark indicator at the top of a clean page in your math notebook. The student will find the area of a circle by using the formula area equals pi r squared. You can pause the video here to give yourself time to copy down the SBI. Area of circles. The circumference and the diameter of a circle are related by the number pi. The radius and the area of a circle are also related by the number pi. If you know the radius of a circle, you can use pi to find the area. Area equals pi times r squared, where r is the radius. So for example 1, they just want us to find the radius of this circle. We know the radius is 1/2 of the diameter of a circle. So for a 28-meter diameter, the radius of this circle is 14 meters. For the triad, we just need to find the radius of each circle. So for A, we have a diameter of 50 centimeters, so half of that will be 25 centimeters. For B, we have a diameter of 22 feet, so half of that will be 11 feet. For C, the diameter is 16 meters, so we know half of that is 8 meters. Finally, for D, the diameter is 36 inches, and we know half of that is 18. For example 2, they're asking us to find the area of this circle. Use 3.14 for pi. Use the formula area equals pi r squared. Substitute 10 for r, the radius, and 3.14 for pi. So it becomes 3.14 times 10 squared, which becomes 3.14 times 100, which becomes 314 meters squared, or 314 square meters. For the triad, we need to find the area of each circle. Use 3.14 for pi. You are going to need to use your math notebook to do the work because it's not going to fit on the page you have there. So first thing, copy down the formula beneath the problem. Area equals pi r squared. Then we fill in what we know, 3.14 for pi and 3 for the radius. So 3 squared is 3 times 3, that becomes 9. And then we just have to multiply. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 3 is 12. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 is 28. And we need to put our decimal between the 8 and the 2 to its right, because we have 2 decimal places in our factors. We need 2 in our answers. So this becomes 28 and 26/100 inches squared. For F, again, we're going to write the formula, area equals pi r squared, and fill in what we know, 3.14 for pi, 4 for the radius. We know that 4 squared becomes 16. And then we're just going to multiply. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 1 plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. Then we're going to put our place holding 0 and cross the 2 out above because we've used it. Then 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Then we're going to add the 2 partial products together. 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. 1 plus 8 plus 1 is 10. 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5. Then, because we have 2 decimal places in our factors, we need 2 in our answer. So the answer for F becomes 50.24 feet squared. And make sure you get the little tube on the end of the unit because that's what tells us its area. Continuing on to G, again, write the formula below the problem. And then fill in what we know, 3.14 for pi and 1 for the radius. We know that 1 squared is 1 times 1, which is 1. So our answer for 3.14 times 1 becomes 3.14. And because it's area, we need to add the meters squared on the end. For H, write the formula area equals pi r squared. And then fill in what we know, 3.14 for pi, 6 for the radius. We know that 6 squared is 6 times 6, which becomes 36. And now we just need to multiply. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 1 plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. Now we're going to put a placeholding 0 down as we move to the next place to multiply by, and we're going to cross out the 2 because we've used it. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 plus 1 is 4. And 3 times 3 is 9. Now we're going to add the two partial products. 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 2 is 10. 1 plus 9 plus 4 is 13. And 1 plus 1 plus 9 is 11. Then we have 2 decimal places in our factors. We need 2 in our answer. So the decimal is going to go between the 3 and the 0. Which gives us 113 and 400 centimeters squared. For I, again, write the formula below the problem. And then fill in what we know. We know pi is 3.14, and the radius for circle I is 5. We know that 5 squared is 5 times 5, which becomes 25. And now we just need to multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 plus 2 is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. Put the placeholding 0 down and cross out the 2 because we've used it. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Then we're going to add the partial products. 0 plus 0 is 0. 7 plus 8 is 15. 1 plus 5 plus 2 is 8. And 1 plus 6 is 7. Then we need to put in our decimal, because we have 2 decimal places in our factors. We need 2 in our answer. So the decimal will go between the 8 and the 5. When we write this answer up on the line, we're going to drop the 0 off, because once the decimal point is in, it's not holding any value for us. So our answer becomes 78.5 feet squared. For J, again, write the formula out. Area equals pi r squared. fill in 3.14 for pi, and we know the radius is 2. Two squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. And then we're just going to multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 plus 1 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. Then we're going to put our decimal in. 2 decimal places in the factors. We need 2 in the answer. So it goes between the 2 and the 5. Which gives us 12 and 5600th meters squared for our answer. On to K, area equals pi r squared. Write the formula. We know that 3.14 is pi. And we know the radius for this circle is 100. So 100 squared becomes 10,000. And we know when we're multiplying by a power of 10 like this, we can use a trick. Instead of having to multiply out, we know the number of zeros tells us how many places to move the decimal. So there's 4 zeros in 10,000. The decimal in 3.14 is going to move 4 places to the right. And then we need to fill in 2 zeros for the placeholders. So it becomes 31,400 inches squared. For L, again, write the formula out. Area equals pi r squared. Fill in what we know. We know pi is 3.14, and we know the radius of L is going to be 20. $20 squared becomes 400. When you're multiplying by a number with zeros at the end, you don't need to go through and write the zeros out for each row of the problem. We know we're going to be hopping over to place values to start multiplying with the 4, so we need to put 2 place holding zeros in on our problem before we start. And then we can multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 plus 1 is 5. And 4 times 3 is 12. Then we need to put in our decimal. So 2 decimal places in the factors, 2 in the answer. So this means we can drop off the zeros when we go to write the answer out. So it becomes 1,256 meters squared. Please make sure you have all the work copied down and then glue this paper in your math notebook.